babe, babe. And so it just reminded me of Home Alone. And when the mom screams, Kevin! So it was like a joke for the longest time where I would be like, Kevin, Kevin. And he answers to it.
Hey, 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 it's a toxic ring scandal featuring TBK, the Turnbuckle King. Long awaited, long awaited. Thank you guys for being so patient. We are here. We are here at the locker room, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. We are going to talk about the real love story behind the Ortons. Yes, we're going to talk about Randy Orton and his wife, Kim Orton. The marriage that's they've been married for almost 10 years. And like I said, just everything seems good between these two, but there is a but in this one. It seemed like something's kind of off with this one. But other than that, it seems good on paper. But here at the locker room, we don't here just talk about behind the scenes in wrestling as far as backstage fights and etc. And pushes, people getting pushed or people losing their job. We talk about relationships here as well. So with that being said, I'm going to talk about this particular relationship, and is yes, Kim and Randy Orton, Mr. RKO, Mr. Apex Predator, the future Hall of Famer. I am talking about him, and I'm talking about his wife. Now, like I said, very good couple, very good looking couple. If you guys agree, and there's just some things we're gonna talk about how these two met each other. How this all come about between Kim and Randy. We gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. Let's see. And yes, yes, yes. If you want to know, we here to air the dirty laundry tonight. So let's see who came to the locker room. Billy Bishop, salute to you. I ain't seen you in a minute, man. How you been? Carl Myers, salute to you. Mr. Pro said, I'm in the clouds. I salute to you, man. Be safe out there, Mr. Prost. Don't be protect yourself at all times. That's all I'm gonna say to you. Figure 4 TV, salute to you. Salute to you guys. Yes, yes, yes. Figure 4 TV says about to go down. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, like I said, we're gonna have a good one. Kim and Randy Orton, guys, and I'm gonna give a little rundown of this relationship of these two before we do begin. And also hit the like and subscribe button and notification bell. We come into the locker room. Don't be so rude. Be so kind to do that for me. That's all I ask. I'm not asking for $1 million. I'm asking you to hit that like button. So with that being said, guys, this is an interesting one. Um, Here's the thing between these two. Randy Orton, we know he's a legendary superstar. We know he's a future Hall of Famer. We know that, but we don't talk much about his marriage to Kim Orton. Now we know Kim Orton is she's not in the wrestling business, guys. She's not a wrestler. She's not a valet. She's not no backstage interviewer. She's not anything associated to the wrestling business. She's just a regular wrestling fan, and she's a fan who has 3 sons from a previous relationship. And Randy Orton, as you guys know, if you follow Randy Orton, he has one child from his previous marriage, and I think and 3 from her previous marriage. She has 3 sons. He has his daughter Elena Orton that he had with his ex-wife Samantha Spino. If I said that correctly, forgive me. I don't know. I don't want Randy Orton to watch this. I don't want him to hit me to RKO out of nowhere. Sorry, Randy, if I said your daughter's name wrong. But anyway, back to this. Anyway, they had previous relationship. This is the picture of the family here. That's Randy Orton, daughter on the left with the glasses, and that's their daughter Brooklyn Orton, and then that's her 3 sons on the right. Anyway, one day her sons were watching wrestling. she wasn't really much of a wrestling fan. She was. She saw Randy Orton on TV one day. She said she thought he was fine. He was hot, whatever. And she always told her sons whenever he is on TV, let her know. One day they had a wrestling show near her area. They went to visit Randy Orton, and next thing you know, these two they had a sign. She also had a sign from her son's made for use RKO my mom. We'll get more to the interviews, and she met Randy there. They exchanged numbers. She'll tell the rest of the story, and the rest is history. They got together, later on got married, and of course they have a daughter together. That's the small girl at the bottom. That's their daughter they have together. They got married back in 2015, and they've been together ever since. You've seen her at the WWE Hall of Fame events. You've seen her with Randy at many other events. They always show affection towards each other, always taking pictures, very in sync with each other. Got to give it to them. They look good there. They're a good looking couple. We got to give it to them. They're the Ortons. But the way they met seemed kind of something's off there. Seemed like something's kind of off there. I'm not going to lie. Now, she said something interesting about Randy Orton. It seemed like she always had a crush on Randy Orton. It seemed like she always had a thing for him, and the way it's like she will stop at nothing to get with Randy Orton. That's what it came off like, and next thing you know, she's with the future Hall of Famer, the 14-time world champion. I think he was 12-time world champion at the time, but other than that, whatever, despite the background, despite the past, she was able to land the Legend Killer, the Apex Predator, with 3 previous sons from previous marriage. I know he had, but it's kind of even because he was our dad already too. It's not like Randy Orton didn't have any children. He didn't have 3, but he still had 1. So it's kind of an even thing. Stepmom, yeah, Randy Orton's stepdad, but she's stepmother too. But like I said, Kim Orton is just a regular woman. She's from New York. You're gonna tell in her accent in interviews, everything you're gonna tell. Gerard says she's a lovely single mom. She ain't a single mom. She's a married mom. That was before she got with the Viper. Is she Latina? It looks like she is. I think she is Latina. She's a nice looking woman. I mean, look at her. This is Kim Orton. She's not a slouch by any means. She's a very nice looking woman. Ooh, I don't like that look right there. You see how she look right there? Why she look so mad right there? Like she got them cat eyes. But other than that, she still looks good though. Just that particular photo. But other than that, she's stepmother, Randy's stepfather. It kind of go even hand in hand. It seemed like she was more obsessed, really into Randy. And I know Red Pill, they teach men that go for the woman that's more into you than you are into her. Trust me, Kim Orton was definitely more into Randy Orton, way more. It seemed like he was into her too, but she was really on him, and that right there is undisputed.
And that is undisputed.
So I give it to him. Randy Orton has a good taste in his wife. She's not no but ugly woman by any means. She's far from that. She's good. Yes, I know she has more kids than Randy, but like I say, he's a dad, just like she's a mom. All of that. But she's solid though. Miss Kim Orton is solid. Nice body on her as well. Look how they work out. She's not out of shape or nothing. She's in good shape. I believe she is right now 39, and Randy Orton we know is 44. So they're not too much of an age difference. Not too much of an age difference. She's nice looking. Also, if you guys didn't know too, these interviews that I'm gonna pull up soon, did you guys know that she is best friends with this woman here? If you don't know who this woman is next to 11, it's not her sister, it's not her relative, none of that. She is Giovanna Angle. This is Kurt Angle's wife on the right, and they have a podcast together. And I heard they're besties. Now, so when you see this interview, the woman on your right is Kurt Angle's wife. You know, Kurt Angle, similar to Randy Orton, got remarried as well. But you know what? That'll be another locker room for another day. How Kurt Angle met Giovanna. You know, Kurt Angle's married to Kara Angle. She's not married to Jeff Jarrett. Oh, man, whole nother story, whole nother day. But she is close friends with Kim Orton. They have a podcast together, and when they do be on these interviews, they're there to promote the podcast. So you hear a little bit of Giovanna, somehow she met Kurt, and then you hear how Kim met Randy. And Randy and Kurt actually talked about this, saying, hey, our wives are best friends now. So I guess him and Randy became closer. If you guys didn't know, Randy and Kurt became closer. But yes, those are that's Kurt Angle's wife, and that's Kim Orton. And like I said, Kim Orton got a nice body on her. But just want to throw that out there because when you see the interview, you're like, who's that lady next to Kim? Who's that? Who's that? That's Kurt Angle's wife. But other than that, these two are good together. Like I said, they got married back in 2015. Um, they got a family, very large family. Now they have a family of 5 altogether. So 3 boys from Kim's previous marriage, Randy Orton's daughter, and their daughter. So that's 5 altogether. So very, very solid. Very, very solid. So um good it's good to talk about that. But like I said, just want to cover that. I don't want to spoil everything that Kim Orton says. I'm going to play the interviews. It's going to be Chris Van Fleet and Renee Paquette. Salute to both of them, great interviewers. I know Renee don't do the podcast much anymore since she got hired by AEW. But but I will say that I'm gonna let you guys determine what do you think of how her and Randy got together. Now the final question is gonna be: is it solid or is it not? So that's the thing we're gonna find out about. But other than that, though, been solid couple. I haven't heard too much about them. You know, Randy Orton also said that she has helped him change his life, so that's good for Kim. That's what I like about Kim. For what I've heard, she she is a key reason why Orton has changed. So we know that Randy Orton was wild back in the day. We know he had very, very, very wild behavior. He had anger management courses and all them anger problems back in the day. So if she makes him a better man, if she gets him level head like he is now, you know, I will say it's a yes for me. It's definitely a yes. Definitely a yes.
Yes! 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 Yes!
So, like I said, I like Randy Orton. People know that do follow this channel or my other channel, Red Carpet Rain. I'm a big fan of Randy Orton. I love Randy Orton. Love his finisher RKO. I mean, who don't like the RKO? Love his feuds. Love his whole WWE run. Multiple time world champion, future Hall of Famer. And then I was very, very excited when he just recently came back from his back injury, despite doctors telling him not to return to the ring because so definitely, I had nothing but the respect for Orton. But we hit the locker room gonna call everything out. So I'm not gonna ignore that either. Even if you are Randy Orton and his wife. So salute to them. I like Orton, Triple H, Undertaker. Those are three the best. Right? But Randy Orton. Now I know some people don't like Randy Orton because his past, his behavior, his anger issues, or maybe he beat your favorite superhero John Cena. Do 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 do. Maybe you like that because he used to kick John Cena in the head. I don't know. But other than that, I like Randy Orton. Great heel, one of the best heels ever, if not the best heel of his generation. And the man is just so smooth with it in the ring. You can't deny that, whether you like Orton or not. But other than that, we're going to talk more about this couple's relationship and how these two got together. And with that being said, without further ado, give me a second. I'm going to pull up the Chris Van Fleet interview first. Then later on, we'll move to Renee, and I'll react to both interviews. I'll react to Chris first after he finished. Then later on, Renee. I may stop in between, but we'll see how it goes. Let's see how you guys feel tonight in the locker room. Yeah, she is very nice. She's better than your girl. What is your fixation with Lyra Valkyria? Why don't you like her, Gerard? I don't even. You talk about more than I do, and I like Lyra. Oh man. The superior nurse said, "How everyone tonight? Hey, Kate. Hey, salute to you, superior nurse. Superior nurse. Welcome to the locker room. Make sure you hit the like button when you come to these lockers. She's gorgeous for her age. Yes, she is. Oh, you said they look alike. Yes, yes. They both look good. Giovanna Angle and Kim Orton. Both are better than Lyra Valkyria. Well, they better than Lyra. They better than Becky Lynch too. Then, if you're gonna say that. But I know it's all jokes and games. Superior Nurse said, I can see Randy Orton's sons being a WWE superstars in the future. Good analysis. Possibly. I think if you saw that picture here, one of his sons, I think, is graduated from high school. Chris Van Fleet is rubbish, and you mean panders on the low? I mean, he's better than most interviewers. Chris Van Fleet, I mean, I ain't really got no issue with him. He's a great interviewer. I know some that pander. We don't get to them, you know. We'll get to. I mentioned the names on here. Love RKO finish, but not a fan of Randolph Orton. Mr. O. Randy Orton. Paul Levesque McMahon is a discriminate, degenerate hypocrite. Oh boy, I think I know what you mean by that. That story that just happened. Just got off the Publix, finally home. That's good. At least you home safe. That couple is a mess, bro. Why you say that move? Why they a mess, man? He said for sure they better than Becky. I know Kevin Owens' son trying for WWE. I heard that too. I've heard that recently too. Becky or Lyra are nothing compared to Chelsea Green, Card, and Jada Parker. What about Chelsea Green, Card, and Jada compared to Kim and Giovanna Angle? Kim or Giovanna Angle? But other than that, though, guys, we're going to pull this interview here. We're going to see, they're going to talk about how they met, how these two got together and everything. So we definitely going to get into it. And of course, hit the like button as you come in. And we're going to talk about these two right now. Miss Angle and Miss Orton. But we highlighting Kim Orton. So let's get into that right now. All right, let's get to the interview.
Gives like this hope to every wrestling fan out there that they can date and marry the wrestler of their dreams too.
It might, but like I think it was just he was supposed to be with me type thing.
Were you a wrestling fan, or were you just a Randy Orton fan?
The Randy Orton fan. I watched wrestling when I was a kid, like everybody else. Me and my brother, Saturday mornings, I think it was, and the Hulk Hogan's, Roddy Piper, those guys, right? And then you grow up and fell out of wrestling, and then I had kids, and I had boys, and they got into wrestling, and I remember, occasionally coming in and watching with them, and Shawn Michaels was still around, so that got me happy because I liked Shawn. But then I remember oh, who's that guy? And it was like, oh, that's Randy Orton. And I'm like, Randy Orton's kind of fine. I'm like, then it turned into, hey, when Randy Orton comes on, call mommy because I want to see him. And so I would start watching a little bit more, but never really cared too much about his personal life or anything like that. It was just to me, he was this fine guy who I was like, wow, I really think just looking at him and hearing him talk and everything, I'm like, wow, I feel like if I met him and we made out, that we would fall in love.
So he was your celebrity crush.
He was my pass. He was my pass, and everybody knew it.
Pass? What does that mean? Pass? I can't believe that.
Tell me you did not just say that.
What does Kim mean by pass? Does she mean passing like a hall pass? What does that mean, Kim? Are you trying to tell us something, Kim? Let's get more into it, but that sounds kind of weird. A pass. I'm gonna play that back. Make sure you guys heard that correctly. He was my pass, not past, not P-A-S-T, pass, P-A-S-S. Let's play that back.
Who's like your celebrity crush?
He was my pass. He was my pass, and everybody knew it.
He was my pass, and everybody knew it. That's weird. He was your pass. What does that mean? What does that mean at all? That seems weird. Pass. That's strange. Does that mean like a hall pass? Like you get a pass to, if you're in a relationship or marriage, that he's the one guy you would get with no matter who you with? I don't know. Let's continue on. Let's see what Kim Orton meant by that. Said pass. Let's see. Let's get back to the interview.
Everybody knew. Yeah, everybody knew he was my pass. And it was like, if it happens, it happens. And it was so strange because I lived upstate New York at the time that I met him. And there was this little tiny, in Poughkeepsie, this little tiny arena, and the Civic Center, the Poughkeepsie Civic Center. And I'm driving and I hear, WWE's Randy Orton and this one and that one is coming to the Poughkeepsie Civic Center. And I'm like, what? There's no way that he's coming 10 minutes from my house. And so I'm like, boop, 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 like calling for tickets, right? I'm like, all right, we're getting tickets to the show. And we got tickets, and I took my two oldest. My youngest was too little. He was 3 at the time. And I took the boys to the show, and it was so crazy because we got there like 30 minutes before doors opened, and because they all wanted pictures. And I'm like, all right, you get to see Randy. And so we're standing outside, and his bus was there, and it was the only bus there. And we have all these pictures of like Daniel Bryan walking in, and Dolph and Roman, and like all of these just random people walking in and taking pictures of them. And we waited and waited and waited. And I remember it being so hot out, and my kids were getting mad. They were like, let's go inside already. And I'm like, well, don't you want to wait to see if Randy comes off the bus?
Making videos on YouTube involves a lot of writing. Grammarly is an AI writing partner that
They're like,
your kids on the bus.
Yeah. Well, don't you want to wait to see if Randy comes off the bus? And they're like,
your kids on the bus.
Yeah,
literally.
They're like, no, we don't care, Mom. And I'm like, all right. So we go inside, and I made my kids make a sign. And Giovanna reminded me of this. Michael reminded me of this. I didn't even remember, but I remember going to the mall on the way to the show, and we made a sign that said, Randy Orton, RKO my mom. And so we bring it to the show, and this dude, he walks out, and I'm standing at the barricade with my phone, and he's like, looking. And he goes into the ring, and he's wrestling, and he keeps like turning back. And I'm like,
so did you have front row seats?
No, we were like in the 8th row. I still have my ticket.
Wow.
I still have my ticket. And yeah, I know, it was a printed up ticket. And the girl, some random girl that was sitting next to me, she's like, I think he keeps looking at you. And I'm like, I think he's too. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't want to say anything. And so he now match is over. I go back to the barricade and he's walking through and he's like, doing the I'm too, cool for school and flick and everything. And he's walking past and he's taking pictures with all these people. And then he stops right in front of me and he's like, do you want to take a picture? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, all right. And he's like, what's your name? Because I got to get to know all of this. And I was like, okay. I was dying. Like everything in my body was shaking. And I was trying to be so cool. But I actually gave the security guard my phone number. And the security guard walked outside and gave me his phone number. And literally 30 seconds after the security guard gave him my phone number, he was texting me. And he's like, hey, there's this diner I'm going to, would you want to meet me? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And I go and I meet him and we hung out for like an hour and I got in my car to leave. And before I sat down in my car, he was texting me and he was like, I never met anybody like you. I'm so glad I met you tonight. You're so cool. And I'm going to be around for the next couple of days. Would you want to hang out? And like from that day, that was it.
Wow.
It's like we've been together since that day.
That's an amazing story.
It was the craziest thing.
Because again, you're giving hope to everybody who has ever had a celebrity crush in wrestling, in movies, in sports. Like,
yeah,
you're like the one in a million or maybe more.
I know.
So you don't have to get those front row seats, ladies. You could be in the 8th, you could be in the 10th.
See? If it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
At any point, Kim, were you not like, you say that to all the girls you meet in every town you go to?
100%. Like when, after our first conversation was over, I told him, I was like, not for nothing, I'm totally surprised that the man that you are, like the person that you are, because I thought you were going to be some arrogant asshole. Just because of who you are on TV, I just assumed you were like that. And 5 minutes into our conversation, it was all about like, oh, I have a little girl and I have a little boy and he has a playoff game, this weekend. And it was like, immediately we started talking about normal shit, oh, like what kind of TV do you like to watch? What kind of music you into? Like just right away. And from that night, it was like 5-hour phone calls every night, and texting all day. And when can you come see me? And, right from the beginning. And nobody in my family, it's the funniest thing, because like for the longest time, they're like, Kim is winning. They would just hashtag everything, winning, because they're like, I've never heard of any, because they all heard me talk about him for like 2-3 years. He's my path. When I see him, we're going to make out and he's going to fall in love with me. And we made out and he fell in love with me. And I was like,
and that's why we call her Saint Kim.
Saint Kim.
Saint Kim.
Manifest.
Okay, all right. That is the end of one interview of Kim Orton talked to Chris Van Fleet, talking about how she met her husband, Randy Orton. What did you guys think of that? Now let me give you my thoughts on this interview. I thought that Kim, it's nice how she met Randy. It's nice how they got together, but that does not happen every day. You meet a man like that, and it seemed like she was giving me kind of a stalker kind of vibe. So she was kind of a stalker. I mean, I'm gonna call it. She was stalking for Randy Orton. You guys in the locker room let me know. She said she was waiting for him outside the tour bus, made that sign for him, made it noticeable. She made sure she got Randy Orton's attention. She made sure her sons made that sign. Everything. She watched him on TV. Remember, she said she let her sons know whenever Randy's on TV, come get mom. So it seemed like she was always on Orton, Yeah, she said that's her past. But my question is, like I said, was she married at the time while she met Randy? I wonder was she married? Because it seemed like she said past. If she was a single woman, she would say, yo, I was a single woman, blah, blah. She never mentioned that she was single and alone at that time when she met Randy Orton. I wonder was she married to her boys, her sons, they dad. I think she only I think she all three of her sons with one man. But I wonder did she have a did she have was she married at the time? That's the crazy part about it. Was she married at the time? Because it seems like something's kind of off. That's just crazy to me. That's just wild, man. It's wild. It's wild. I don't know. I feel like it's like she was married at the time. I don't know, but I know this is a rare occasion. Let's see what you guys think so far. Gerard said this is female privilege. Guys can never get as lucky as Kim did. Nope. Kim used her beauty and made is her female and her femininity to make sure she got to Orton. Spider-Man. Giovanna loves Kurt because his status. We're going to get more into that another stream, Gerard. Giovanna Angle versus Kurt. Matter of fact, do you guys want me to talk about that couple next? Will that be the next couple? Kurt Angle and Giovanna Angle. Because I heard their story too, but I'm not going to talk about that story. But yeah, I kind of got that feeling too, Gerard. Kim was giving groupie vibes. That's what I'm saying. Kind of stalkerish. Waiting outside the tour bus. Remember, she said it was hot outside. She said her son was like, can we go inside? She like, don't you want to see Randy Orton? Don't you want to see him? That's crazy. You said who wouldn't want Kim stalking him? She's lovely. She is lovely. But here's the thing. She's nice looking, but I don't want to get to the point where it becomes a restraining order. I don't want to get to the point where I have to call police and say I need order of protection. Some stalkers do take it far. Remember, Randy is still a celebrity. He's especially in the wrestling world. In the wrestling world, he's still a known name. So sometimes it could go a little further than that. Remember, Sonya Deville had a stalker against her man a few years ago, and he's doing time for that right now. So we gotta pump the brakes. We gotta be cautious with these stalkers. Some of them, they get a little too comfortable. But yes, Kim's very attractive, as I stated before. But it just seemed like I don't know. It's like Kim is a stalker. And then the question is too, not only is she a stalker, another question I have is Kim a real one or is she a gold digger? That's the question too. Is she a real one? Is she with Randy just because of his name, his brand, or is it because of status and money and all of that? Is that the question here between these two? Is Kim a gold digger or not? That's the question we have here. But that's just one interview so far. And you say only celebrity men get restraint order, not average men. You're right. Celebrity men, yes. But we got to ask that question with Kim and Randy Orton. That is definitely interesting to know. Definitely interesting to know between these two. It's gonna be wild though. Definitely gonna be wild between these guys, between these two. But yeah, this was an interview. Like I said, Giovanna Angle. We'll talk about her at some given point. I'll talk about her and Kurt, but I just want to stick to the Ortons. But we're gonna talk about this one. And like I said, that's just interview one. Thing about it is, people are saying, they're saying it, not me. They're saying it. They said that she was married, according to the interview in the comment section. They're saying that she was married, and they said that it says it comes off as that. That's crazy because it seemed like something. It seems something's off with this whole thing. Like I said, I like the couple, but it's interesting to know because I heard that someone said they know a little about that. They said they know a little bit about that, but I don't know. But I know there's rumors floating around that she was married, and there's rumors floating around that she was cheating on her husband for that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that, guys. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's alleged. So I'm gonna put that on there, alleged. But I heard that the husband, she had a husband at the time. That's what I heard. I'm not sure. But you could tell she's really into Randy Orton. But it seemed kind of, like I said, it seemed kind of funny there. Seemed kind of funny there. I will say that. Seemed kind of funny there. Seemed some kind of suspicious. You know, that's what someone said something about it. It was, like I said, rumors floating around about it that they know. It's crazy though. But some people they be jealous of the relationship between Kim and Randy. But other than that, though, guys, this was like I said, we're not done here. It's more to the story, but I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see what's going on with that because some fans say she's creepy. Some fans say that she's not telling the whole story. It's a whole bunch of stuff. A whole bunch of stuff with it. Whole bunch of stuff with it. But who knows? Who knows? And who knows? But like I said, some people even call Randy Orton a simp. Who knows? I don't know, but it's wild though. It's definitely wild. Definitely wild. Some people are not happy about that. How she got Randy Orton. Some people say Randy Orton's a sucker. Some people say all that stuff. But you know, you never know what you don't know. But let's see what else. See what you guys say. Jason Brophy said, "Welcome to the locker room." He said, "Randy superplexed me back in the day at the Hard House in Calgary on my third practice before he's in WWE. He wasn't that size back then. Calgary, I'm here with you. Didn't get up for 25 minutes. Ouch." I think I remember you, Jason Brophy. As a celebrity male, you don't need damage to woman who don't chase a celebrity guy do the choosing. It's low-key scary to see beautiful women being creepy. Yeah, it seemed like Kim was a little on one. It seemed like it seemed like she was a little bit on one. I don't know. You know, like I said, who knows? But I know it's something seemed off with that. Like I said, they I don't hear her talk about her husband. I never hear her talk about her husband. I never hear her mention him. So that right there seemed kind of that. But who knows? But there is rumors that she was married. It is rumors that she just dropped her husband for him. But she never mentioned her husband. But she was lusting for Randy Orton. She definitely was lusting for Randy Orton. She made sure she got attention and everything. But the story, some people say it sounds creepy. Some people, let's see what else you guys got to say. You said Randy's a simp, but he gets a pass. Oh, he said Randy's a simp. Oh, man. But yeah. But her story, you do not hear that every day. You do not hear that every day. Now, here's one. I'm going to show you guys a comment here. I'm going to show you guys one comment right here. If you look here, it says right here, it says in the comments of the same video, they used to work out together, and then she just left her husband for Randy. Never had problems. She just took off. My mother-in-law is cousin with her ex-husband. Wow. Is this spilling the tea? Was Kim Orton really married at the time? One person said, wait, for real? Damn, that's tough. Yeet. Are you slow? No, bro. She left her husband. Are you for real? So some people saying that she left her husband. I'll read it again. One of the comments in this video says right here, they used to work out together. And she left her husband for Randy. Never had problems. She just took off. My mother-in-law is cousin with her ex-husband. So I don't know if that's for certain, but it seems like something's up with this whole situation. But like I said, we're gonna get another interview of these two, and it's gonna be this time. It's gonna be Renee Paquette with the Sessions, who's with AW, the wife of John Moxley. You know, she interviews everybody. Renee gets everybody on her show. That's what's up. Salute to Renee Paquette. Salute to that woman there. She's a great interview. I like her podcast. I know she don't do as much because she's working. But yeah, when you reach celeb stats, Isla don't be stalking you. Isla don't be stalking me. I don't know. Who knows? I keep an eye out for that. That's actually a good question. Is she a real one or a gold digger? That's the question. You said I believe Giovanna's gold digger for sure. We're gonna touch on her another day. But for right now, we're gonna get to the second interview. And this time will be with Miss Renee Paquette. And it's gonna be both Giovanna and Kim Orton again. The besties. They both will be on there. And like I said, I think it was on there to promote their show, their podcast. But they're going to be on Renee, and she's going to talk about Randy Orton, and we'll see if there's any more to it.
The sign we made. So I made. So I feel like I've said this story. I met Randy and kept the boys to the show.
Did you keep it?
I don't even know where it is.
You didn't keep the picture. You didn't.
I know.
How unsentimental of you, Kim.
I know. And meanwhile, like I have every card, I had every text, picture, everything. I have all of my stubs from every show I've ever been at, and I still have the tickets from the first night that I met him.
Good. See, that's good. Okay. You have something.
Printed on a paper. I have something.
Okay.
But he was like, Mom, you forgot the story about how we went to the mall and we were making a big sign that said RKO my mom. I was like, you got to get him, Michael. Hold the sign up. Make him look over here.
That's why he said, I want to know all of that.
Yes. And I totally
but like, what was the moment of like what did you guys like make eye contact or something? Like you're in the crowd at a WWE show. Randy's out there.
Poughkeepsie Civic Center, tiny little spot in Poughkeepsie, New York, upstate. And homeboy walks out and he's doing the, Randy, I walk slower than anybody thing. And
Randy swag.
He's walking and I see him like he looks and I'm like, and then, he's walking, he looks again, and I look at the lady next to me, and then he goes in the ring, and he keeps like turning back, and I'm going, the lady goes, I think he keeps looking at you. And I'm like, oh my God, I think so too. Like, but I don't want to say anything. And I'm like, that's why I'm here. And so after that, I run to the barricade after his match is over, and I'm like, hello.
Here I am.
Look into my eyes. I know once we lock eyes, that's it. And he did the he's trying to be slick, and he's taking pictures with everybody that's around me. And then finally he comes over and he's like, hey, do you want a picture? And I'm like, yeah. And we take a picture, and then he was just like, what's your name? And I'm like, Kim. And he's like, well, I got to get to know all of this, Kim. He's like, do you live around here? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, do you want to meet me in the diner, in the Red Line Diner? And I was like, oh my God, that's my favorite diner. So bugged out, Renee. And Randy, he's not forward like that. He's more like to himself and hiding and shit.
Yes.
So I was like, oh my God, right? And then I go to the back, and is his name Scott, the security guard? A little bit older, bald head?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah. So Scott came out and took my number, and I gave him, and then he gave me Randy's number, and then Randy texted me, and he was like, I'm going to go meet me in the diner in an hour.
Did you die when he first texted you? You're like, shut the
It's like dry heaving. I was dying because I'm like literally nauseous because everybody that knew me knew I was in love with him. He was my pass. I wanted to make out with him more than anything. I was like, he just looks, he's an April boy. I'm like Aries, like we're gonna connect. And I just knew that once we made out, and this is what I told everyone in my family. I'm like, if we ever make out, he's gonna fall in love with me.
I mean,
Take
that's
it easy.
a lot of pressure. Okay, so you guys meet at the diner. What happens at the diner?
We meet at the diner. He can't go in, so I go up on the bus. And we're talking, and he's like, oh, who are you at the show with? I tell him my boys, and he's like, how many kids you have? And I tell him 3. Now, my youngest was 3 years old, right? And Alana was 5. And he's telling me about Alana, and I'm telling him about the boys and this and that and this and that. And then probably like a good 40 minutes, we're just talking about everything, work and everything. And then, he goes and he pushes my hair behind my ear. And I'll never forget this because I'm like, this is so like Missouri boy, because no boy from New York or man would have ever done this. But he pushes my hair behind my head and he goes, would you mind if I kissed you? I was like, no.
Okay, Disney prince.
I know. So I think I fell in love with him at that moment.
And yes, that is the interview, the last interview of Renee Paquette's show. It's Giovanna and Kim. Kim was talking about how her and Randy Orton met. So she added a little bit more to the story. Well, if you notice, she said that password again, her pass. So lets me further know, is she really for Orton or, man, with that pass, that's so questionable, guys. I don't know to give her a yes for this relationship win. I don't know if I should give her one of these. A yes because they're a great couple.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Or should I put her on the list for the past comment?
You just made the list!
So, but yeah, other than that though, she mentioned pretty much the same she did on Chris' show. A little bit different is she mentioned how he was so sweet to her, said asked for a kiss. Good old Randy Orton going in there, but she has great personality. It sounds she has great personality, a little New York accent. She seems Latina. She could lure a man. It won't be hard for her to get a man. I mean, Kim do look good. I said before. Randy, he fell for it instantly. Kim has a bubbly spirit, but her past might mean a New York slang. Might be. That's why I said, I don't know if I say yes or you make the list. And she talks like Selena Vega. Yeah. But the thing about it is, the question is, it's kind of tough one. Is she a real one or a gold digger? Is this a true relationship or relationship cap? I would say based off what I heard in 2 interviews, I would say it's probably. It come off, even though she came off creepy with the whole stalking, it may be a true relationship. We don't know the history of her ex-husband. It may be a true one. It may be a true relationship. May have to give her the nod, may give her Randy the nod. But she do have great personality. And another reason I give her a true relationship as well, Randy has said on many occasions that she is part of the reason how he changed to the man that he is today. So gotta give credit where credit is due. So we'll see. Only time will tell this marriage as it go on. Like I said, these two, they have been married since 2015. Remember, they had a nice wedding. They took photos and everything. Had a nice wedding. So they've been married for 9 years. But we're going to see what happens next with these two. And Gerard said, I'm suspecting she's Puerto Rican like Matt Hardy's wife, Reba Hardy. Yeah, she could be. But she definitely got that New York accent down. She do look like she's some Latino or Puerto Rican. But yeah, we'll definitely see. I know her kids do. If you look at her sons are definitely Puerto Rican. You can tell by looking at them. But we'll see. Like I said, that's their daughter, Brooklyn Orton. That's their little daughter down there. And these are the kids there. But yeah, we gonna see more about it. Everything seemed good. I never heard anything about this couple. Never heard anything about them. Never heard no bad story. Just how she met him seemed kind of suspicious. I gotta admit it. Kind of strange there, you know. That's the only thing I would say about that. But other than that, these two seem like a very solid couple. Lowe's Latina, New York. Yep, Chicago too. Chicago as well. But other than that, though, these two are a great couple. He's been married. I know he's been married to her longer than he was his first wife. We'll say that. Other than that, these two are solid. The Ortons, these are the Ortons. So as long as Kim Orton continues to hold Randy down, Randy holds her down, and she don't act up on Randy, and she really truly care for Randy, which I think she do. I mean, she says she told everybody for years that's her crush. She says she make out with him, they will fall in love. So that's what it is. They have fallen in love. 9 years later, we still here since they've been married. So New York is lovely, but not the people. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens next. I know if anything go down with the Ortons, I'm gonna keep my eye on the locker room. We'll cover it. Now I will think about covering Giovanna Angle and Kurt Angle. May cover that. I may want to cover that couple next. That may be the next couple I cover here at the locker room. Maybe the next one, guys. It may very well be the next one. Do not be surprised if you see a good story of that popping up in the rear. At least I wouldn't be surprised with it. But yeah, these two are solid though. I'll give them the nod right now. They got the nod. Giovanna and Kurt Angle, I know a little about their story too. We're gonna see what happens next with that particular couple. They could be it too. But yeah, just that's the only thing. I was questioning about Kim, like why she look like that. That do give her the Puerto Rican look right there. That photo there could be the one. Now maybe she resembles something like Ariba Sky Puerto Rican wise. Who knows? Giovanna, take that. Oh man, we got to get to that another day though. This is for the Ortons. This is the Orton family. Hey. Nothing you could say. I hear voices in my head. I hope Randy listens to all them voices. I hope they talk to me. I mean, Kim got a nice shape on her. I mean, especially here with her friend here, with Giovanna. Nice shape on her. I mean, average man's not gonna turn her down. 3 kids are not. It'd be hard to turn her down. We definitely gonna see what's going on with this couple later on. I prefer Voices in my head thing. Oh yeah, Voices, the song, definitely the song. Yeah, I like that song. Voices in my head, definitely. Other than that though, guys, that's all I have regarding the situation of the real love story behind the Ortons, how Randy and his wife Kim really met. Appreciate you guys taking time out to tune into the locker room tonight. And like I said, we'll touch more on some more relationships. I know I took a little break from it. I was covering behind the matches, or I may go back and forth. Maybe a relationship this night, or maybe a behind the match or a big story in the previous history in wrestling. May get that one night as well, guys. I appreciate you guys coming out. We are going strong here. We are currently at 3,400 subs, 34 to be exact. You said, oh my goodness, the picture of Kim Giovanna's getting me in trouble. Gerard said, I hope no one will make you get on your knees. No, hope not. Nope. No way. Nope. One time I'll be close to mine, he's working out. Yeah. Randy Orton want to get married. That's good. This is Randy Orton's second marriage, and I believe it's her second marriage. But other than that, though, guys, it's a very, very good story with these two. I wish Randy Orton and Kim Orton the best. I know these two will do their thing. They'll be a great couple towards each other. They got a child together. So everything be straight. But like I said, keep my eye out. Anything go down, the locker room cover here first. If anything do happen in the near future, if it were to happen, and let's say someday had trouble, it came here first. I pointed out first. Randy was her past, but I don't think I'll hear anything like that. Soon to reveals to pop up won't be why Vince and Ted always had a rivalry. Next video will be the result of Undertaker versus Goldberg match. Again, thank you guys again. Stay tuned. Got the memberships I just started here at the locker room. I will be continuing to upload more content. So I have tiers of membership, and also will be in the future getting merchandise for this channel. So keep an eye out for that as well. Yes, I do like it. You doggone right I do. Oh man, you being harsh, man. You being harsh with that one. Come on, man. Do Randy like that. But other than that though, guys, I appreciate it again. And of course, until then, you already know what it is. It is OUT.